Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to Venture Daily, the number one fastest growing daily show in venture media. I am so excited that you guys are here and spending your time with me today. It's Peter, guys. It's Venture Daily. Did I just say that we are the fastest growing? Absolutely. We are the fastest growing daily show in venture media. We are crushing it, guys. I'm glad you're here today. We are going to be talking about some really fun stuff. Now, I wrote an article last year. I know it's crazy to think about it this way, but I wrote an article last year called #Proof of VC. And I want to go over that today because my background in the cryptocurrency space, I've learned a little bit about consensus algorithms, mechanisms, understanding the value of consensus over a distributed ledger, the value of consensus over distributed networks, and why validation of consensus is important. Now, you might be saying, well, Peter, what does this all mean? Proof of VC, proof of venture capitalist? This needs to be a thing. And the reason is very simple. As we go, and I know I'm jumping right in here, guys, but people have been asking me, they've been saying, hey, Peter, what is your channel all about? What are you doing this year in 2020? Well, first off, you probably need to go and listen to my last video, my last show, which was the last day of 2019. I still got all the sticky notes here. I go over the last decade of all the great things that I have accomplished, I've achieved, I'm proud about in terms of what I've been able to do. So I went over all of that, and I'm really excited for this next decade, 2020 to 2030. And what am I going to be focusing on? Well, I'm going to be focusing on the venture capital world, the founder and entrepreneurial world. Now, this is a market that is, in my opinion, severely broken. And the reason is, and I'll give you the TLDR, the reason is very simple. I have experienced terrible, I mean, like sad violin level of terrible experiences with venture capitalists. Not only have I experienced terrible situations, conversations, and experiences with venture capitalists who just aren't good not at their job, but secondly, venture capitalists are struggling. They're struggling. They don't know how to actually be useful to founders like me, founders who actually know what we need, the help that we need. We need more than just money. Money is commoditized. Money's easy. I can get money from VCs and venture capitalists whenever I want, as long as I can, as long as I can convince them that my idea is good. But that commoditization of the money, well, since that's been commoditized, what is the differentiating factor of venture capitalists? There's thousands of them out there. Money is a-flowing. Money is a-going. The problem is that venture capitalists don't know how. They're not great at their job. They're broken, and they're not great at actually helping founders with more than just money. And so what I want to focus on this year, there's three kind of individuals that are all kind of combined here. But I want to help venture capitalists, number one. And if I help venture capitalists improve their game, improve their branding, improve their marketing, improve the value add they can give to founders, then I'm going to subsequently be helping founders and entrepreneurs, because the money that they're going to get is going to be not only just be money, but it's also going to be more robust support mechanisms, more robust support frameworks, more actual helping in the trenches these founders with more than just a check. So I'm going to be I want to help fix, and I want to fix the world of venture capital. And by doing so, I want to help founders. Now, one of the ways that I know that we can help the world is we need to get the word out about venture capital. There's so much money that's available for great ideas, whether you're a founder, an entrepreneur, or you're just some hustler with some great idea. We need to be able to connect the great ideas, those founders, with great venture capitalists. And so I want to get the word out. We are the fastest growing, the number one fastest growing daily show in venture media, in venture capital, guys. And I'm so excited. That's awesome. Hallelujah, guys. And so we're getting the word out. We're going to be the vanguard this year. And I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to be the vanguard this year to getting the word out to the world that venture capitalists are aplenty. There's money going around. And if you have a great idea, I want to be a mechanism to helping you guys connect with the money. Make sense, guys? So that's why we're doing a daily show. That's why we're talking about Proof of VC, a new consensus algorithm that I created. So let's jump into it. You guys are with me, Venture Daily. Smash the like button. Subscribe to our newsletter. Follow me on the tweeters. That's where it's all about. So Proof of VC consensus algorithm, hashtag Proof of VC. Thank you, Peter Saddington, for writing this wonderful article and creating this thing from scratch. You're welcome. Which venture capitalists are good? Who is good? Who is great? Who isn't? We currently do not have a method or framework for truly determining how successful a venture capitalist is. Sure, there are news articles written about the most successful, but just because you're part of a deal gone right doesn't mean you're actually a good venture capitalist. So how do we determine which VCs are really good? How does a founder, a startup entrepreneur, a founder with a world-changing idea know which VC to go with? Is it the name? Is it the fame? Or does choosing a venture capitalist require a lot more understanding, a lot more digging and research, and a lot more airtime? Essentially saying, maybe we need to move beyond just the audio. Maybe we need to move just beyond the website, because most venture capitalists, all venture capitalists have a website. They got a LinkedIn. They got profiles all over the place. They got a tweeters. They also, if they're savvy, they also have audio, right? They have been interviewed on some audio podcast. Here's the problem. Hello, it's 2020, guys. It's 2020. Hello, guys. Hello. It's 2020. Video, we are moving into, and we have already been moving into, a video-first world. I am. That's why I love this. What we're doing is I am the only daily show about venture capital. Video. Video first, in the video first world. We're not doing podcasts here. We are video first, and then we syndicate this to all the podcasts, systems out there. Your iTunes, your Spotify's, right? Your Google Podcasts, right? We are video first, and then audio second. And so it's time. It's time for entrepreneurs. Here's what I'm saying, guys. It's time for entrepreneurs, founders, to be able to see who the money is, know that money, be able to have a backlog of being able to say, hey, these are all the venture capitalists. Here's all the video interviews of them, which we're doing on our VC hunting segment, right? Here is all the venture capitalists. Help me know who they are. And are these the right people to fund my idea? Because it's like a marriage, guys, taking money from these guys. The Proof of VC framework is meant to challenge the world of venture capital. The world thinks venture capitalists will be judged by all the media and hype around a deal that they were a part of. No. It's actually more personal than that. Venture capitalists will be judged like everyone else in the world, how they treated people. Founders come to VCs for money, but VCs can go even farther to helping all of their founders and portfolio investments flourish as people. We believe, and this is kind of the mantra here at the Venture Daily and VC Hunting, we believe that becoming a better person over time makes for better startups and better investments over time. Venture capitalists who invest in all of their founders will win long term. You see, one of the problems right now in the venture capital world, what's so amazing to me is that it's so well understood, that it's expected, that when you have a portfolio, let's say you have for easy math, let's say you have a portfolio of 10 investments. Most of them aren't going to be doing that great, right? Let's just say 5, 6 of them aren't going to be doing so great. You're really hoping for that 1 or 2, right? The 1 or 2 unicorns, and that is where you put your time. Now, why can I say this so easily? Because everyone does this. All the venture capitalists in the world do this. They focus all their efforts on that 1 or 2, right? Those the investments that are going to pay back the fund, right? If it's a $20 million fund, they want to get paid back that money with those 1 or 2s, and they relegate the other 6 or 7 startups to the trash bin. Those are people too. You went through the entire experience, venture VC, with these founders. They believed in you. They believed that maybe even naively, they believed that you were going to help them beyond just cutting a check. But since they're not performing, whatever that means, they're not performing at the level that some random expectation of the world on them, they're not meeting that expectation, then they don't get the love. See, the problem is that if you invest in all your investment, all the people, all 10, not just the 1 or 2, but all 10 in your portfolio of 10, those startup founders can be your future unicorns. They're going to remember how you treated them, venture capitalists. They're going to remember how you treated them, how you neglected them, how you didn't care about them. They could be your next unicorn in your portfolio. Not this fund, but maybe next fund. We need to level up the game. This can't be a, hey, come to me for money, I'll give you money. Oh, and actually, you're the only one that's doing well, so I'm just going to focus on, but hey, you guys got my money, that's cool, but I'm only going to love on you. No. We need to treat founders, we need to treat entrepreneurs, VCs, with love and care, respect, and dignity. And we need to invest in them because they have great ideas, especially if they're the type of hustlers that you want. The guys aren't going to quit or are actually going to make you money. Maybe not this startup, but the next one. Every single world-renowned success comes after a lifetime of defeats and failures. A VC must remember that his worst performing portfolio founder on paper could be his next unicorn. The founders will remember how they were treated. So this is the thesis of the proof of VC consensus algorithm. The thesis is that we should be able to know the venture capitalists for who they really are, how they treated people, their real personality, their real countenance, right? Let's get closer to understanding the money, the venture capitalists behind the money, and know if they're actually worth taking money from. And so how does this proof of VC implementation work? Well, this is a lot of this I pulled from Satoshi Nakamoto and his Bitcoin white paper. His Bitcoin white paper back from 2008, published in 2009, January. So just over 10 years ago. So I pull a lot of this and I'm using the same flowery language, but I think it's kind of funny in a nerdy kind of way.
Nope.
To implement a distributed timestamp proof on a peer-to-peer basis, we will need to use a proof of VC system, similar to Bitcoin's proof of work, rather than VC's venture fund blogs or Twitter posts, which is basically the number one way of knowing whether they're a VC, is how prolific they tweet and tell you how to live your life and could self-congratulate themselves with how awesome their fund is. The proof of VC involves scanning for value when Google searched, such as a VC 256. The value begins with a number of founder recommendations. The average work required is exponential in the number of founder recommendations received and can be verified by executing a single Google search, which means if you Google them, do they have a lot of recommendations? Ooh, I guess they're great. But that's not necessarily true. For our credibility proof, we implement the proof of VC by implementing an interview with all of the founders the VC has invested in, success and failures. You see where we're going here? If you have if you're a venture capitalist and you have a portfolio of 10, you know what we need to do? We need to interview all 10 of those investments. They need to come on my show. They need to talk to me. They need to give the real. Were they treated fairly? Were they treated with dignity? Were they given more than a check? Were they leveled up as people? This is the level. This is the level that I think venture capitalists need to be at. It's a high bar. It's a high standard. but that's why we're creating the proof of VC standard here. Until a value is found that gives the VC's true credibility. Once the interviewee effort has been expended to make it satisfy the proof of VC, the VC's credibility cannot be changed without redoing the work or redoing the interview. As later founders are interviewed after each other, the work to change the VC's credibility would include redoing all the founder interviews and changing the recommendations. The proof of VC also solves the problem of determining representation in majority perception. If the majority were based on one portfolio unicorn, one vote, it could be subverted by anyone able to allocate many bridges, equity crowdfunding, and LP agreements, and side bridges, and these types of things, which is a fancy way of saying just because you're part of a lot of deals gone right doesn't mean you're actually a good VC. Proof of VC is essentially one founder to one VC, one vote, meaning we need to hear it from the founders themselves. Are these VCs, are they good people? Are they worth picking money from? The majority perception is represented by the total number of founder recommendations, which is the greatest proof of VC effort invested in it. This allows the community to really measure VC credibility as all portfolio investment founders are interviewed and recommendations documented. And hopefully they'll come to me. I want them to. If a majority of VC power is controlled by honest founder recommendations, the honest VC will grow the fastest and outpace any competing VCs. To modify a past VC recommendation, an attacker would have to redo the proof of VC and catch up with and surpass the work of the honest VCs. We will show later that the probability of a slower attacker catching up diminishes exponentially as subsequent founder recommendations are added in the positive. There's also the opportunity for the VC to have total negative recommendations given the following formula. If negative founder recommendations is greater than positive founder recommendations in sum total, then VC credibility of being helpful to founders will be negative number and documented on the network. To compensate for increasing speed of technology and varying interest in running funds over time, right? People get tired after that 10-year grind. The proof of VC difficulty is determined by moving average targeting an average number of venture funds entering the market per hour. It's supposed to be a joke.
Nope.
Actually, a lot of this is a joke. If venture funds are generated too fast, the difficulty increases. The Venture Media Network. This is the world in which I live. We are the number one growing, fastest growing daily show in venture media. The steps to run the proof of VC are as follows. Number one, all newly funded founders in a VC's portfolio are interviewed and broadcast to all available social media sites. Number two, each VC creates new marketing to support the founders. This is something venture capitalists, VCs don't do right now. They should. Show us your investments. Be proud of them. Spend time showing us who they are so that the world, the community can support them and not be some black-holed, startup in a VC's portfolio. Come on, guys. Give them some light. Each VC works on finding even better ways to support all of its founders. When a VC finds a new proof of VC opportunity from a founder, they broadcast the news to all social media sites. This includes all milestone and personal founder messages to the larger community. So when there are wins in any of the founders in your portfolio, make sure that you highlight that. Make sure that the world knows about it. Put your back into it. Give us some love, baby. When the venture community will accept the VC only if all documentation of the story and the new investment are valid and not already reposted or auto-generated congratulatory tweet. Founders express their acceptance of the VC by working on creating the next unicorn in the fund, using the marketing to support the VC and new momentum and growth in targeted market. Number 7, the founders, community, and the world receive validation that VC has done proof of VC work. So what's the incentive? By convention, the first experience as an honest VC is a special experience that allows the VC to actually be helpful. This adds an incentive for VCs to support their founders better and provides a way to initially distribute more transparency of the venture capital world into circulation, since there is no hiding of failures and only marketing the successes. This is great. This is a great idea. And the reason is the more that these venture capitalists document every investment, if you got 10 portfolio investments, if you document every investment and you market every investment to the world, then the world has an opportunity to see how you're helping these founders, these entrepreneurs, these people grow their ideas, grow their startups, grow their hustle, grow that idea that could fundamentally change the world someday. We want to see it. Now, out of this 10 portfolio, the 10 portfolio investments, at least 50% of them or more are going to fail. Good. Good. Let's document it. Let's document those failures. Let's document what happens. Because every success, literally, is the road to success is just paved with failures after failures after failures. Let's learn from those. Let's learn from them. The steady addition of constant documentation of all investments is analogous to gold miners expending resources to add gold to circulation, as all work must be documented and verified, good and bad. In our case, because we're not mining for Bitcoin or gold, we're mining for proof of VCs. Are they really good venture capitalists? In our case, it is the venture fund's time and money beyond the original investment. It is marketing and documenting every founder's journey and extracting lessons that the world needs to know about in full transparency. This is gold for the world and gold for the VC's long-tail portfolio. The incentive can also be funded with even more deal flow. This is important, guys, because what VCs care about is deal flow. The incentive can be funded with even more deal flow. If the output costs of marketing document is exponentially less than the check amount to the founder, the difference is a feeling of truth and honesty in truly working hard for the VC's investments and actually being helpful. These incentives may help encourage VCs to stay honest. However, if a greedy VC is able to assemble more unicorns than all the VCs merely by investment association, he would have to choose between using his success by association to defraud people by a tweet storming his opinions as facts, or actually spending time telling the world about his investments and founders. I'm hoping that the venture capitalists of tomorrow will spend more time talking about what's going on with each of their investments than just tweet storming the one success. Tell us the story, Jack. Tell us the story, Sarah. Tell us what's going on. He ought to find it more profitable to play by the rules of decentralization and transparency in a mobile-first, video-first world. Such rules that favor him, with more new founders with unicorn ideas than everyone else combined, than to undermine the system and the validity of his own wealth, and to feel hollow inside because all he really did to, quote, contribute to the founder's success was sign a check. You see, at the end of the day, my friends, at the end of the day, venture capitalists are just like you and I. They're not a special breed of person. They're not even a special breed of financier. They're just like you and I. They crave the exact same things that you and I crave in life. And you know what those are? It's easy. They crave purpose. They crave stability in life. They crave growth in life. They crave relationships in life. They crave dignity in life. They're just like everyone else, venture capitalists. And everyone else wants to feel good about their work. VCs, especially, want to feel good about their work. The problem is, it's hard sometimes, and I've talked to a lot of VCs, honestly, truthfully. A lot of VCs find it hard to feel good about their work because they're actually not doing a whole lot. And that's disparaging. I mean, why, and especially when you know that the value add as a VC has been so commoditized. It's the greenback, it's the dowla, it's the mighty dollar, guys. Everybody's got it. I mean, it's easier to get venture. I know this is hyperbole here, but it's almost easier to get venture capital money than to fix the homeless population issue in San Francisco. I know it's not nice, but I mean, let me know your thoughts below, your comments below on the proof of VC consensus algorithm. I think, it's just me, but I think it's a pretty good stab at what could be a powerful way to know whether VCs, venture capitalists, are actually good. They're actually good people. They're actually really helping the founders and entrepreneurs that really, truly want to change their world and create some awesome products and services. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts on the proof of VC consensus algorithm. True startup story, guys. You got it. Your company just got seed round financed. Congratulations, you're going to the moon. But now you have to scale. You found great talent out in California, New York, Georgia, and even Eastern Europe. So what communications platform will you be using to ensure your international team is always aligned? Well, the answer is easy. Slack.com for Teams. We've used Slack for all of our previous startups, and they've supported us in tremendous ways. And we want to give them a thanks today for supporting vchunting.com. Did you also know that Slack is a great tool for personal use? Yeah, I use my own personal Slack channel to drop in documents, notes, to-dos, and follow-ups to ensure that my workflow throughout the day is right on course. I promise you, if you try out slack.com for personal use, you'll end up using it for your team as well. Go to slack.com to check it out. Welcome back to Venture Daily with me, your host, Peter Saddington, your VC hunter, who is always looking for great venture capitalists and great venture capitalist stories and experiences because I want to know how to help venture capitalists help founders and help the world more. I want to understand it. I want to know it. I want to figure it out. So make sure that you guys subscribe to our tweeters, not subscribe, but follow us on tweeters. I was over at Cirque du Soleil last year. Still a couple days ago, guys. But last year, a couple days ago, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I took a video of some audience participation, but make sure that you check me out. I'm always throwing some stuff down. This lady was killing me. She's like hanging from her hair and stuff. She's like, I felt, I'll be honest with you guys, like I felt a lot of anxiety watching her. The music was great, the dance was great, choreography was great, but I tell you, man, like she's hanging from her hair. Like, and all I could think about, guys, this is a beautiful picture that I took, I feel. All I could think about was like, dude, like if it starts tearing on the side, like, it's just gonna keep tearing, like it's like, ain't gonna be a pretty sight. But anyway, subscribe to our daily newsletter. You can find the links below. So, man, we're dropping in news that you can use all the time, guys. News that you can use all the time. And let's get into venture deals. Venture deals for January 1st, 2020, guys. Cha-ching. Hallelujah. Can you believe it? Deals are flowing. Deals are going. It's good to know where the money is going because if you're like me and you're interested in investing in these, or if you're an entrepreneur, you want to know where money is going, venture deals for January 1st, 2020, guys, we are in it. PriceFX, a Germany-based company focused on cloud pricing software, raised $25 million in Series B funding. Investors include Digital Plus partners, Bain & Company. Levy.co, a Paris-based travel community and marketplace, raised $14 million in seed funding. Prime Ventures led the round and was joined by other investors, including Dominique Vidal. Congratulations. Coralogics, an Israel-based provider of ML-powered log analytics solution, raised $10 million in Series A funding. Aleph led the round. Openly Inc., a Boston-based tech-enabled home insurance provider, raised $7.65 million in seed funding. Investors include Gradient Ventures. Not bad. Forest Admin, a Paris-based SaaS startup providing a SaaS tool for building admin panels for web applications, raised $7 million in Series A funding. Not bad. Rad AI, a Berkeley, California-based startup focused on radiology technology, raised $14 million in seed funding. Gradient Ventures led the round. Cha-ching, congratulations. Truvian Sciences, a San Diego, California-based developer of automated diagnostic equipment which provides health test services, raised $27.1 million in Series B funding. Great Point Ventures led the round. Congratulations. Clearlight Partners made an investment in Handel's homemade ice cream. Ooh. Ice cream. I'm liking that. A Youngstown, Ohio-based ice cream chain. Strike Group, Inc., which is backed by Tri-West Capital Partners, acquired Jedco Energy Services Corp., a Canada-based provider of pipeline integrity and testing services. Guys, I'm telling you, there's money going to every market, and I say this almost every time in every show, but what I love about the venture deals the Daily Venture Deals on Venture Daily Show is that you just get to realize where the money is going. You just get to see these they're not new ideas, these ideas that are getting funded, created, supported, and could potentially change the world. Who knows? We could be reading some of the future Facebooks. Maybe not with, Handel's homemade ice cream. Maybe they could get as big as Facebook. I don't know. But, it's just so cool. So cool to see all these great ideas getting funded. Strike Group Inc. That's awesome. Sun Capital Partners acquired National Tree Company, a Cranford, New Jersey-based e-commerce wholesaler of seasonal and holiday decor. I bet they had a great time last year for the holiday season. TA Associates acquired Gongcha Group, a provider of premium tea. Bro, see how cool Gongcha tea. I have to tell my wife now, guys. I have to tell my wife about this. You see, this is beautiful stuff. Clearlight Partner, no, TA Associates acquired Gongcha Group, the provider of premium tea. Congratulations, Gongcha tea. I drink Gongcha tea, guys. That's cool. That's novel. Clearlight Partners sold Richardson, a Philadelphia-based provider of tech-enabled enterprise sales training solutions. The buyer was Cartesia. DIF Capital Partners acquired Blue Earth Renewables, a Canada-based energy platform. The seller was Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. And last but not least, for your venture deals for January 1st, the first day of the year, my friends, KKR agreed to buy Novaria Group, a Fort Worth, Texas-based supplies, components, and specialty processes for the aerospace and defense industry. Congratulations on that. And that is your venture deals for January 1st, 2020. Money is going and money is flowing to some really, really cool ideas. Gongcha tea, go on with your bad self.
Did you know that there's even more value than just audio or video? Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at VC Hunting, and make sure to sign up for the VC Hunting newsletter, where you'll be able to get weekly news on venture capital, startups, founder stories, and the occasional wisdom extracted from Peter's brain. Go to vchunting.com to sign up. And now back to the episode.
So welcome back, guys, to Venture Daily and our final part of our daily show, which is just the final word from me. As we move into 2020, it's here, guys. Hallelujah. You guys remember from my last couple shows on December 30th and December 31st, which my December 31st, I think, was one of my favorite shows of the year. Now, we've only been doing this a couple months now. But I just really loved, and I just have to talk about it just a little bit more. I really loved the fact that I was able to really look back and see what I have accomplished in the last 10 years. It's amazing. It was my best 10 years of my life. Best 10 years of my life. The most successful 10 years of my life. Now, it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine. There have been some serious fails, some serious hurts, some serious suffering experiences in the last decade for sure. And actually, it's interesting. Within the last 10 years of my life, the last decade, right, have been the most successes, wins ever. Has also been the most suffering I've ever experienced. So it's this fascinating balance, not even balance. It's this fascinating cross section of how your best can also be the worst, which, if you think about it, ends up being part of the reason why it was the best, because you survived, you were able to grow, you were able to change as a person, and I'm finally, and you know, this is all relatively new and fresh to me, but I think I'm finally really accepting the change that's happened, and really accepting the realities of what's transpired over the last 10 years. And learning to, I think really what I'm saying is really learning to appreciate the work and effort that I had to put in to achieve those things, and really give myself credit. I don't think I give myself enough credit sometimes. I'm always reaching for the next thing. I always want to build something. I always want to create. I always want to grow, right? And for some of you guys who've been following me for years now, you guys know that's just my MO. That's just how I'm built. I want to grow. I want to go. I want to do stuff. I want to always be creating something new. And I love solving problems. And so I'm really excited. I'm really excited now. Now I need to give myself more credit, but I am really excited. And I hope you're excited too. I hope you can help me. I hope you can help me in this quest. I'm really excited to help improve the venture capital world. I know it's broken because I've experienced it so many times, and there's so many opportunities to truly improve the way venture capital is marketed, is sold, the value proposition after the check is cut, the relational network, the opportunities for growth and larger community support from the venture capital world. Like there are so many opportunities to improve here, and I'm really excited that I get to be a part of it by first hoping to be, one of the vanguards, the tip of the spears by communicating venture capital and what's going on in the VC world, which is large and vast, as you can see, because money is flowing into every industry in the world. It's going to be an interesting challenge, this project, for me, as I continue to coach and train companies in how to build startups faster, how to build products faster. I've always been doing that. So this year, as we move into this, I'm going to be coaching and training companies, coaching and training startups. So hit me up if you're interested in any of that. But I'm also interested in being a great communicator around what's going on in venture capital, how we can improve this VC game. And so, I'm just excited for that in 2020. I hope that you guys have some exciting plans coming up for 2020. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be doing in 2020 and beyond. And let me know of suggestions that you have for topics that you want me to cover. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about, because ask me questions. You can reply on my daily newsletter. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can slide into my DM if you want. Cha-ching. Yay. You can email me. Let me know how I can help. Let me know what topics I need to talk about. There was one topic, and this will be the last thing I talk about before we go. It was posited by John on Twitter. He asked, what is the responsibility of a venture capital to the investments when it comes to social media? Should they follow the founders? Should they follow the founders' company's Twitter? Should they follow their YouTube? Should they follow their podcast? What is the responsibility of a VC after they've invested in a founder in their social media? And that's a relatively easy question to answer. I'll give you mine, John. The answer is simple. The VC should follow and support those founders on every social media site that they have. Period. Bar none. Why? Because they gave them money. Easy. Because they gave them money. But not only that, this is part of the improvement that I want to promote in the VC world. If you're a venture capitalist and you invested in an Acme company, and then you don't even follow Acme company on social and what they're doing, what kind of support is that? What kind of support is that really? And what is that telling the larger world? Right? Are you hedging your bets because they might not be as successful? I don't know. Follow them, promote them, create collateral for them, create marketing material for them. Tell the world that you invested in this, and you might say, well, I'm going to get egg in my face if they fail. So what? So what? Go beyond the call of duty. And you might say, well, Peter, the call of duty for a venture capitalist is just give them money. Well, that's why I'm here. Because I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough. I don't think cutting a check is enough anymore. I think to truly differentiate yourself, you have to go above and beyond. You have to market. As a venture capitalist, you have to become a marketing machine. for your investments. We'll talk about that more, guys. So, welcome, guys, to 2020, the first show of the new decade. Hang out with me. Stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the daily newsletter. Follow us on tweeters, on the socials, the TikToks, and the Instagrams. We're always posting all over the place, guys. And we're going to be syndicating into China and Korea this year. Oh my gosh, there's just so much. There's just so much to be done. So much to be done. Love you guys. See you. See you tomorrow. Peace.